In our lives, almost everything can be replaced. If you were in a car crash and no one was hurt, it's ultimately just a car, and it can be replaced. If somebody steals your wallet and clears out your bank account, the money can be replaced. And while both of these scenarios are far from ideal, these lost physical resources can be replaced. One thing we can't replace, however, is time. And this course will offer you some basic preparation ideas which can help you turn those on-site gotchas into wins. Time is a really precious commodity, and it can often have a mind of its own. When you're waiting for something to happen, it can take forever, and yet, when you just need that extra bit of time to finish a job, it just disappears. So, when it comes to dealing with your customers, your co-workers, subcontractors, and ultimately yourself, properly managing your time on site is the mark of a true professional. And maximising the time you have on site requires planning. There's a saying which goes across many industries. Perfect planning prevents poor performance. And a truer statement may never have been told. Have you ever left a job site feeling like you haven't actually achieved anything? You've been busy all day doing, well, nothing.
We're busy doing nothing, working the whole day through, trying to find...
Well, you're not on your own. We've all been busy fools at some point in our career. We simply didn't have enough time to prepare ourselves, so we just got on with it. Got on with what, though? You leave site asking yourself what you got on with that day. There's just no getting away from preparation. Let's start with proper documentation. All jobs should have several documents which are clearly written and easy to understand. The most important document will contain a scope of works which defines all the tasks which need to be completed. Other documents include cable schedules and a network diagram. As an example, IT professionals will insist on seeing how you plan to distribute your AV across their network, so they can help you prepare the most efficient networking environment. If you're unfamiliar with network design documentation, be sure to check out the Network Design Basics course found here on the SDVoE Academy. Let's just recap for a second. By building standardized documentation within your company and preferably using icons on those documents which are defined by recognized industry bodies, you can ensure that no matter which engineer attends site, they can rely on your documentation to understand exactly what goes where. Now, troubleshooting becomes a lot easier. Standardization means that all employees, particularly lead engineers, should be able to understand job site documentation regardless of whoever has prepared it. With documentation in check, the next important step is ensuring everything required for the job is ready to go. There's nothing worse than being on the job site and realizing something's missing, be it a tool, a connector, a wire, or a product. It's infuriating when you or someone else on the crew has to leave site to pick that product up, or worse still, buy another one. The rule is pretty simple. Don't leave stuff behind. Here's an idea. Consider an inventory checklist for all vehicles in the fleet. When a product is used, the technician can notate the product's inventory checklist so that it's easy to see what is or isn't in the vehicle. It's also best practice to do a visual inspection before leaving to ensure that somebody in the company hasn't raided your vehicle because they were missing something. And yes, this will happen, even to the best of companies. If that sounds like a load of extra work, just try this. Close your eyes and think back to how much time you lost on a project because you didn't have everything you needed. Job site etiquette is important. Leaving a good impression is far likely to win more business than having a reputation as a troublemaker. Simple job sheets are also a great tool to avoid unnecessary distractions and allow you to prioritise the work which was planned to happen, avoiding those annoying "while you're here, would you mind looking at this?" requests. Overall, being efficient with your time on site also demonstrates professionalism, and professionalism is one of the best marketing tools available. OK, let's just check we've got everything. Standardised project documentation, check. Standardised network topology designs, check. Inventory checklist, check. Tools checklist, check. Does everyone know where they have to be and at what time? Check. Is everybody adequately trained on how to correctly install this equipment? At SDVoE, we believe everyone should have free access to all the education they need to be able to do the job properly and as efficiently as possible. Arriving to site without the essential knowledge and equipment you are tasked with installing is a recipe for disaster. It leads to guesswork, which results in a lack of client confidence, and making uneducated errors is by far and away the biggest consumer of time.